Alright, I'm getting a pretty late start on this tonight, but my Norcold NRF 30, which that means 30 liter, 12 volt refrigerator showed up today. And I didn't have very much room, and you can see the gap I've got on the top is roughly 1.5 inches, which once I make a trolley for it to slide out on the bottom, I'll still have a gap on the top. I already took the handle off on this side. That's it laying right there with the 4 screws. It has metal inserts, if I can find them here. There we go. Metal inserts inside that plastic, and uses those 4 bolts in that handle. That's the handle on there right now. I'm going to do a full-on review of this refrigerator once I get to know it a little bit better. I was talking with a couple of people on the cheaprvliving.com forum, and guys said that some of these swing compressors like this Norcold uses can be kind of noisy, but sometimes you get lucky, and I'm going to assume that I got lucky because I can barely hear this thing running, and it's just a pleasant little hum when the compressor is on, so I have absolutely zero concerns with how loud it is. It's actually quite a bit quieter than I was expecting. It's way quieter than a house refrigerator. I did make some other progress on the table, cabinet, bed platform, whatever you want to call it. And I've got some other video that I've took a few days ago that I'm going to edit into one video that I'm going to upload tonight. But yeah, Norcold NRF 30, super happy with it, and it fits. That was the dimension that I was the most concerned about, is from this side of the cabinet to over here by the seat. It couldn't be any bigger than that, otherwise it wouldn't be able to slide out with this seat up. And I didn't want to have to fold that seat into the floor every time I wanted to get a beer. Alright, I'm working on the cabinet doors again today. This is where things went horribly wrong on Wednesday, so I hope I can get the hinge mounts chiseled out without wrecking this board today. Alright, I was much more successful today with the pine, getting the reliefs cut in for the hinges. And what that does is it allows the hinge to sit down in there flush, and that way it will fold up flat against the surface, hence the name flush mount hinges. So what I did is I put my countertop on and marked the center line of each hinge in the notch that's in the 2x4s on the end. Then I used my square to transfer the line up, and then the center line of the mounting base screws are 1.5 inches from the edge of the counter. So I just used that 2x2 because that's 1.5 inches thick in real life. Even though it's called a 2x2, it's 1.5 inches thick. So I used that to draw my cross line, and now I am ready to bolt or screw the base plates to the countertop underside. Alright, I got the mounting plates screwed onto the underside of the cabinet top, and I have the other side of the hinge in the door. So now I gotta flip it over and clamp that lid down and slide them in there and tighten it up from the bottom side, and we'll see if they work. Alright, I'm picking up where I left off. I cut the next flip up door to length and lined it up on the hinges and marked it right there, and the next thing I gotta do is put this template on there, and I use my drill with the drill bit that fits in that template to start a pilot hole so that I can make the 35mm cutout on my drill press. Next I put the hinge in the pocket and trace around it with my pencil so I know where to use my chisel to notch it out. There I got both of the flip-ups mounted. I have to do a little bit of sanding on the stake pockets for the slide outs to lower that down just a little bit, because these boards are 1 inch thick and it doesn't quite slide out with the top clamped all the way down to the counter. So I got to work on that a little bit and get them to fit nice. Alright, so I've got the light in here in a little different angle tonight. Hopefully it won't be so much glare on my face. I usually don't have that good of luck recording after dark. Still going to make the front slide out, and I got these ball bearing drawer sliders to make a little trolley shelf, so this refrigerator will slide out, you know, all the way out, and then I'll be able to open it and, you know, get stuff out of it, slide it back in, shut this back down. Really happy that it fit. I was considering getting a couple of different Dometic refrigerators, and every one of them I would have had to put in there the other way because the door opened the wrong way and because they were too long. And if I would have had the Dometic fridge running crosswise in the van instead of the lengthwise, I also would have lost my spot over there where I plan on keeping my fresh water jugs. So this just works out better all around. I can still get into all of this storage under here, and there's no wasted space at all, which when you're building a small van, not wasting space has to be your primary concern, I think. So just making a quick video so I can edit together some of the footage that I shot over the past couple of days doing this stuff, and I'm super excited that my fridge showed up finally. I was supposed to get it Friday night. The shipping company, FedEx, did their job. They got it here in the 2 days that they were supposed to do, but the place that I bought it from, Amazon Warehouse Deals, I bought it on Wednesday. They didn't bother to send it out until Thursday, so I didn't get it, or they didn't send it out until Friday morning, so I didn't get it until Monday. I just want to do another quick cost, how much this is costing me. So I sold my pickup. That's all I could afford to pay for this fridge. You know, next time it's daylight, you'll see that that green Ford is now gone. So the last time I left off, I was $600 into the van. And the refrigerator, I got kind of a deal on it because it had a damaged box, you know, so that's why it was on that Amazon wholesale deals. So I got it with tax included for $511, which was roughly $90 cheaper than paying regular full Amazon price, whatever you want to call it. So now we're 600 plus 511 is $1,110. I spent $30 on a trip to Menards when I bought this 2x8 and some other stuff that I haven't used yet. So that's $1,140. I bought these sliders and these angle brackets today at my local Ace Hardware store. That was $30, so now I'm at $1,170 total for the van. I also bought today. I work in an auto parts store, so we get battery cores in every day. And when we've been getting anything that might be remotely appropriate for RV use, I've been testing them. And I got a set of batteries today. They're Group 27 dual purpose, which means they're deep cycle or for starting power. And they're rated at an 80 amp hour battery. but they're 5 years old. But I only had to pay the core price on them to get them. So I got 2 Group 27 batteries for $32. They might be junk, I don't know. I would have had to pay that core charge if I were to buy a brand new battery without a core. So basically I'm out nothing other than I have some batteries that have good voltage in them that I can do some testing with. Ultimately I want to run a pair of golf cart batteries, but I'm probably not going to buy them till spring, because that way they'll be nice and fresh instead of going through a winter of me having to take care of them, you know. So I'm going to try to use these Group 27s until then, and I'm not going to put the good golf cart batteries in until I have the solar hooked up so that they can be you know, maintained all the time, no matter what. So you throw that $30 on there, and I'm about $1,200 into the van. I don't really know what else to talk about, so I'm just going to shut this thing off.